Hi everyone, today I am sharing a bit of a personal skincare mistake story. Something I did recently that really irritated my skin barrier. Honestly, I knew in the back of my mind that it could go wrong, but I still went ahead with it. If you ask me why, I was just bored of my regular skincare routine that I was doing for maybe like weeks, and I just wanted to try something, go kind of all in, and that's where I made the mistake. And sure enough, I ended up with these white tiny bumps with redness around. They were irritating and very itchy. So in today's video, I'll take you through what I did step by step, how it went wrong, what I learned about it, and most importantly, how I healed my skin in just 5 days. Hopefully, if you've ever done something similar, my experience will help you. So here is how it all started. Now, I actually did not plan to do this video, but because it happened, I thought, why not put my experience out here? And for that reason, I do not have the footage of, what all I did and how it all, went wrong. What I plan to do, I'll pull out some images from the internet just for your reference to show what I actually did. My skin was like this. And just in one skincare routine, it went from this to this. So where did it all go wrong? I had facial hair grown out, so I shaved my face one night. Now usually while I'm shaving, I'm careful that I do not cut myself or I do not scratch myself by mistake. And that day it went really well for me. My skin was smooth and calm. But right after shaving, I went ahead and used the matcha green tea cleanser that I have featured in one of my videos. But otherwise, this cleanser is quite nice. I'm not saying anything against it. Rather, all the products, all the steps that I did in my skincare routine, I have been using them for some time. But for some reason, it just backfired. The idea is if you mix it with more water, it turns foamy and gentle. If you use less water, it stays scrubby. I wanted that 3:7 ratio, less product, more water, so it wouldn't scrub my skin, just cleanse it, yeah? But when I actually mixed it, it didn't use enough water. It wasn't foamy. It was a little bit scrubby. I could still feel the gritty texture on my palm, but it wasn't, as gritty. So I thought, never mind, let's just get into it. And that was my mistake number one. Without thinking, I applied it straight to my cheeks, the most sensitive part right after shaving. And I immediately felt this tingling, prickly sensation that should have been my red flag. But I thought maybe I just need to moisturize well afterward and it would be fine. Now, instead of stopping there, I layered more products. First, I used vitamin C serum and active. Now, all these footage that I'm showing you, they're from my previous videos and they are not specific to this particular incident. Then I added my moisturizer. And because I had just received the Medicube PDRN Collagen Capsule Cream and I was super excited to try it right away, I layered that on too. That was the night. Quite eventful. My skin was still looking nice and feeling nice. There was no sign of irritation, nothing that I could see visibly on my skin, but something might be going on beneath the surface. The next morning comes and I went in with my facial massage, which is something that I am, doing for the last couple of weeks just to see if it's effective or not. And on top of that, the oil that I used that had essential oil in it. I washed off the oil, and because I had to sit for recording, I did my makeup as usual and I started recording. Now, by the time it was 3 p.m. in the afternoon, I started noticing tiny bumps popping up around my cheeks and mouth. They were itchy, red, and sensitive to touch. Washing my face actually hurt a little. That's when I realized it wasn't just makeup, it was a reaction. So before I tell you what I did, let's understand what really happened here. Shaving already exfoliates the skin. Removing some of the outer layer, following that with a scrub is basically double exfoliation that actually disrupted my skin barrier. There is a research showing that when the skin barrier is compromised, the stratum corneum becomes more permeable, meaning ingredients that normally wouldn't irritate suddenly sting or trigger inflammation. That's why the vitamin C and the new cream, which would otherwise sit really well on my skin, suddenly became too much. I had basically overloaded my freshly shaved sensitive skin with actives, and instead of strengthening my barrier, I was breaking it down. Now, the moment I realized this, I stopped everything. No scrubs, no vitamin C, no new products. I actually went back to the basics. Cetaphil Gentle Skin Cleanser, Ileune Ceramide A2 Concentrate Cream, mineral sunscreen during the day, sometimes Cetaphil, sometimes Skin 1004 Airfit SPF 30. That's it. For the next 5 days, no actives, no experiments, just soothing, barrier repairing care. Now, from all the 3 basic steps that I was doing, the one step that actually was a game changer was using this Ileune Ceramide A2 Concentrate Cream. It's loaded with ceramides which actually helped. They're proven to repair and restore the skin barrier. Within one night, the itching calmed down. By day 3, the bumps were almost gone. By day 5, my skin felt back to normal. No pain, no irritation, just smooth again. Yes, I do have some acne marks, but that's like a regular thing happening. It's not something out of the blue. A clinical trial found that a skin-identical ceramide complex cream notably improved contact dermatitis, significantly boosting skin hydration and reducing severity scores. This incident was a clear evidence of barrier repair in action. Honestly speaking, I was so relieved because for a moment I was like, oh my god, what if it gets worse? I might have to go and see a dermatologist. But going back to basics really helped. Now I want to end with this thought. Sometimes when you're watching skincare influencers online, you may think, they have perfect skin, they know everything what they're doing, but the truth is people make mistakes. I keep myself updated, with the latest ingredients. I read research. I know what to do, what mistakes to avoid, and still I made this mistake. The important part is not, that I never slip up, but I understand what went wrong and how to fix it. If I didn't know how to simplify my skincare routine, cut out actives, my skin could have gotten worse. So don't be discouraged if you mess up sometimes, it happens. Just know how to listen to your skin, pull back when needed, and focus on healing, and that's how I got my skin back in just 5 days. And yes, this was a short and sweet video. I hope you liked it. I hope you might have learned something from it. And that's all for today. I'll see you all in my next video. Until then, stay tuned, stay beautiful.